him this weekend. But he says once he hits the field, it's all business, and he won't have any problems laying down a hit on one of his old buddies today.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. And his old coach, Jim Harbaugh, who said to us yesterday, I want to win by any means necessary, which was an interesting comment. And, of course, Greg Schiano, things were really tenuous for him earlier in the year and looking to finish strong here in his second season after losing the first 8 games. The 49ers have won the toss, and they elected to defer, so the Bucs will get the ball first. And that is Eric Page. And the old red and pewter. I'm sure you like wearing the pewter when you were here. Didn't you, Ronnie?
It was their favorite color, so we were forced to wear it. Better than the creamsicle.
What an endorsement. Phil Dawson will kick off for the 49ers, and the game is underway. And into the end zone, returnable for Eric Page. Spinning his way and just gets barely past the 20-yard line. So the rookie quarterback, Mike Glennon, and this will be a huge test for him. And most yardage and touchdowns for a Bucs rookie, but he's turned the ball over 4 times in the last 2, and he's trying to come back from a little dip in his play, Ronnie.
Yeah, he really needs to today. This San Francisco 49ers defense is stout all across the board. Expect a lot of Bobby Rainey. Try to take it out of his hands a little bit. They're going to have to get some offense out of that young quarterback today. Bobby
Rainey is the 4th running back to play for the Bucs this year, and to start, and he carries and gets a couple of yards. And right now, let's take a look at our impact players.
You know what, Dick? Amongst all this adversity on this, there's been one constant, and that's been Vincent Jackson. He'll have to be big today for Mike Glennon. Tim Wright, who really jumped out at me, man, with his opportunity, has been one of the best young tight ends in football. And on defense, Justin Smith, man, he makes everything go for this front 4 of these San Francisco 49ers. DeVar Bowman, all respect to his partner on the other side, but he has been the best player on this defense.
And that's Glenn Dorsey, the 49ers nose tackle, who is injured.
Dorsey just looks like he gets rolled up by Jeremy Zutza there. Fullback for the Bucs.
So that 49er defense, which has been solid all year, and Tony Girard-Eddy will come in to play nose tackle for Glenn Dorsey, former Kansas City Chief. And still down on the turf is Dorsey.
Coach mentioned to us yesterday what Glenn Dorsey's one of those guys that came here and really revived his career. About 4 or 5 of those guys that he mentioned. It's good to see him up. Hopefully not injured too badly.
Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator and has done a superb job with this group, and this is the strength of this team. We mentioned 3rd in scoring defense coming in, giving up 16.5 points a game in their winning streak. So Dorsey comes out, and Girard-Eddy is in there. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Buccaneers. And Mike Glennon making his 11th start of the year. Josh Freeman started the first few games. He's now with Minnesota. Eric Lord, the fullback, in motion to the left. And Glennon's pass is knocked away by Navarro Bowman on the pass intended for Tim Wright. So as we enter this game, what are the burning questions, Ronnie?
Well, see Navarro make that play, and that's one of our burning questions for the 49ers. On the road, you got a sellout crowd. Got to have the strength of this team, which is the defense, show up today. I think they're going to show this Bucs offense just how to stay in neutral. And there's no question for the Bucs that San Francisco is a better team, but they have proved over the past month that turnovers can be an equalizer. They acknowledge that without them, they won't be able to beat the 49ers, and even at home today.
3rd down and 7. Glennon gets time, and the pass is, they rule it dropped. It is an incomplete pass intended for Brian Leonard, and Dante Whitner providing the big hit. And good news for the 49ers secondary. Terrell Brown, who has been inactive the last 3 games with a rib injury, is going to see some action. Tremaine Brock started the game.
Yeah, Dante Whitner earning that hit nickname quite well there. Knocks that ball loose, forces a first down. This defense on their first series looks like they're showing up to play. Two good plays by the Bowman and Whitner back-to-back.
And that's what they're known for, the tough physical play. And there's going to be a challenge from Greg Schiano. And or it could be Jim Harbaugh claiming that it was a catch and a fumble recovered by San Francisco. So it's Harbaugh who gets the challenge
San
flag
Francisco
back.
is challenging the previous play.
So we'll go to the break. Dante Whitner with the hit on Brian Leonard. Scott Green, the referee, who will take a look.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is an incomplete pass. It will be 4th down. San Francisco is charged with a timeout.
Well, I don't know about that. Brian Leonard seemed to have control and took a couple of steps, Rondi.
He looks like, to me, he has control of it. Takes 2 steps. Whitner makes the contact. The ball does pop out. I mean, it's a judgment call, obviously. And Scott Green down on the field is the one making the final decision. Wasn't enough conclusive evidence to overturn it there, though.
And a clear recovery by Navarro Bowman as Michael Kanan kicking to Michael James at the 27. Gets away from one defender and gets up near the 40-yard line. Let's see this now in real time, not slow motion.
Yeah, slow motion sometimes jades your opinion, but in full time, it looks a little bit closer. Doesn't look like he gets that extra step before the hit. The ball comes out. I'm sure that was a factor in Scott Green making that decision. Slow motion, everything looks like it's a completed pass or incomplete pass or whatnot.
Be nice to see everything in slow motion as a human. So it's a first down on the 38-yard line for the 49ers. Hands off to Frank Gore. Frank Gore with a first down and gets into Buccaneer territory. Darrelle Revis making the tackle and a big gain of 14 on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, the Bucs or the 49ers go off right guard over Alex Boone, Anthony Davis. Frank Gore loves finding his way through traffic. He's got those powerful legs. 9 years in, this guy looks to me like he hasn't slowed down one bit.
Needed 69 yards to 1,000 for the 7th time in his brilliant career. And a first down on the 49 of the Bucs. Kaepernick to throw, and the pass is caught by the tight end Vernon Davis. Colin Kaepernick, who, by the way, completed his first NFL pass against these Buccaneers in a mop-up role back in 2011, has 16 wins since becoming a starter. You remember that 48-3 game, I'm sure, partner.
I blocked it out. It wasn't in slow motion enough for me to remember.
We'll let you get away with that one.
I wanted that game to end quickly.
2nd down and 5. And in motion is Bruce Miller, the fullback. Kaepernick going to take off, and he'll get the first down and a couple of yards more. Run out by Mason Foster, the middle linebacker, and gets 9 yards. So what about the impact players for San Francisco?
Oh, you know, the heart of this offense is definitely Frank Gore. I expect a lot of him today. He carried the team to victory last week against Seattle. Now, Vernon Davis is good at option at wide receiver, but he plays tight end. Those 11 touchdowns he has this year speak volumes about his play. Now, Levante David, this guy right here, people need to start paying attention. He is my MVP of the league right now. His numbers speak to that. And Gerald McCoy has been the most active player on this Bucs defense. He was a Pro Bowler last year and is playing the same so far this year.
So it's a first down on the 35. Mike Upati, by the way, is inactive for the 4th straight game. Adam Snyder is playing left guard once again. And finally, the 49ers are forced to call a timeout.
Timeout.
And it's the second timeout for the 49ers. They lost one as a result of that challenge being rejected by Jim Harbaugh. Timeouts, though, are a lot more crucial, obviously, in the second half than the first.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right with losing that early timeout. Bucs did a good job giving Colin some different looks there.
So a timeout, and right now, for a game break, let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
Well, as the world knows, Jay Cutler got his starting job back once he's recovered from injury for Chicago. First possession, not exactly the way he wanted to finish. Now, it was tipped. In the end, it's an interception for Cleveland's Deshaun Gibson. He returns it, and just like that, the Jay Cutler era part 2 off to a rocky start. Dick and Rondé.
I guess the second guessers are out in force right now. Even though the game is in Cleveland, you know, they're saying that in Chicago. Why the change? So it's 1st and 10 at the 35. After the timeout, the second one by the 49ers in this first half. And the handoff to Gore. Gore breaks off to the left, and a superb run. And reading things beautifully. Gore picking up 7 yards. And a good block by the right guard, Alex Boone.
Oh, you said that. There was a pressure by Tampa Bay there. See Mason Foster showing in the line of scrimmage. Levante David trying to scrape. Boone gets out in front, springs Frank Gore to the outside. And this team is really good moving their offensive linemen in space and getting them on would-be tacklers.
And Joe Looney comes in as an extra offensive lineman on 2nd and 3. And here is Gore, and Gore gets stopped, and Levante David is right there. No gain on the play, so 3rd down coming up. And Levante David, and if this team were a winning team, people might be talking about him as a possible defensive MVP of the league.
There's no question about it. You watch this game today, you'll see him make plays all over the field, passing game, rushing the quarterback. And I'm telling you, Dick, I have not seen a better tackler, a young football player that can tackle like him in a lot of years.
So on 3rd and 3, it'll be an empty backfield with LaMichael James coming in, and he's in the slot to the left. Play clock running down, and they're not going to get it off. And a delay of the game penalty will be coming up. So it's been a ragged first possession for Jim Harbaugh's 49ers, even though they have picked up a couple of first downs.
I think Collins trying to get himself into the perfect play every time right now. Bucs giving him a lot of different looks. Can't figure out what look he likes. It's causing him that play clock to run down on him at least 2 times now.
Yep, 3rd down and 8, and Kendall Hunter is now in at running back. Middle of the pack are the 49ers in 3rd downs. And Kaepernick taking off, and he's going to get the first down using his legs. Colin Kaepernick, who's averaging nearly 6 yards a carry, and the second leading rusher. Jonathan Banks, the cornerback for the Bucs, missed the tackle. He had a chance at him, and as a result, 17 yards, and it'll be 1st down outside the 15.
You know, this is what Colin Kaepernick does. He makes up for his lack of passing yards with his ability to do this. Jonathan Banks comes in, has an opportunity to make that tackle. He barely even notices him as he runs by him.
So it'll be a 1st down. And the handoff to Kendall Hunter has some blockers, and Hunter diving toward the 10-yard line and knocked out of bounds by Levante David. So it's been Gore and Kaepernick, who has gained 26 yards on 2 carries thus far. 5 yards for Hunter, and 2nd down coming up.
49ers in unbalanced seat.
Unbalanced, and here is Hunter, bobbles the pitch and still picks up a couple of yards. And it's Dakota Watson, the strong side backer, after a 2-yard pickup. So 3rd down coming up for the 49ers at the Bucs 9.
He actually bobbles this pitch. Does a good job not looking at Colin Kaepernick when he tosses it to him, but gets a handle on it. That could have been a crucial turnover there for San Francisco.
Now let's jump to the red zone with the 49ers. Not bad. At nearly 60%. They need 3 yards. They have to get it inside the 6. Frank Gore back in the game, and play action for Kaepernick. Can't find a receiver, but finally does for the 1st down to Bruce Miller, who was lurking just inbounds. And the 49ers will have a 1st and goal. Good ad lib for the San Francisco offense, picking up 5.
This is one of the oldest plays in football here. K2, you get the fullback to the flat. Colin Kaepernick had him originally, looked inside for Vernon Davis. He wasn't there either, but he comes back late to his fullback and gets the first down.
10th play of the drive. And here's Gore. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a minimal gain. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
I expect a big dose of running game today for San Francisco. They only have 3 wide receivers up, 4 running backs. They don't mind playing this style of football. They don't need the big explosive 400-yard days. They'll win any way necessary.
That's what Jim Harbaugh said to us, and I guess with more running backs and wide receivers up, you would think that. Well, Michael James now instructed to go wide right on 2nd and goal. Now coming back. Back behind the fullback. Fake pitch to James. Kaepernick fires, and it's touchdown to Michael Crabtree. So the last 2 passes right on the edge of the sideline. And the first receiver other than Anquan Bolden and Vernon Davis has caught a touchdown pass for the 49ers this season, and it's Michael Crabtree.
Showing some early returns already, right? Michael Crabtree. You know, one thing that Colin Kaepernick does so well is extending plays. Look how long Banks has to cover Crabtree there. There's not a corner in the league that can stick with the wide receiver that long. Good play by San Francisco. Great play by Colin Kaepernick.
You got to get a headache spinning around like that. So the 49ers, after a delay of the game and a penalty, managed to score. Penalty delay of the game and a timeout, and adding the extra point is Phil Dawson. And so on their first scoring drive, Michael Crabtree, who is back for the 3rd game since being out with an Achilles surgery, gets the touchdown. 7-0 49. The game, some confusion, but they go 62 yards on 11 plays. And 53 of those yards came on the ground. Eric Page running it out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and crosses the 20-yard line. So of the 53 rushing yards in that drive, 26 were by Colin Kaepernick. 7-0 in favor of the 49ers. Game has returned to nose tackle. And a first down at the 21. And here is Bobby Rainey. And Bobby Rainey is stuffed for a 2-yard loss by Aldon Smith. For more about Dorsey's injury, here's Chris Button.
Well, as you mentioned, he's back in there, but while he was on the sidelines, they were looking at his right knee. It's now very heavily taped, but as you said, he's back out there now, Dick.
And Dorsey has just gone to the sideline. Tremaine Brock is at cornerback. As we mentioned, Terrell Brown has seen some action. They're fitting him in. 2nd down and 12, and Glennon, who's 6'6", completes the pass to Tim Wright, the tight end, who has come on big for the Bucs. Patrick Willis is right there, and a gain of 8. Well, the Buccaneers, 31st in offense and 30th in points against one of the better defensive teams in the NFL, and that's going to be the big hurdle that the Bucs have to solve today, Rodney.
Yeah, this looks like a complete mismatch on paper. You know, Mike Glennon has had some pretty positive days so far in his early career. Not so much the last 2 weeks. I think he's going to need to step it up big today, especially now that they're behind. 3rd and 4,
Brian Leonard goes out as a receiver for Glennon, who's got some time. That time is running out, and he throws it away. Good pass rush by Ahmad Brooks, who leads the 49ers in sacks, chasing the rookie from North Carolina State. So it'll be 4th and 4, and once again, the Bucs will have to kick.
Ahmad Brooks down here, beating the left tackle, DeMar Dotson. Now, this is one of the things, one of the knocks on Glennon. You see the coverage. There's really no place for him to throw, and he holds on to the ball. Man, they cannot afford to have 3 and outs, and let this San Francisco offense get going. They'll have no chance to stay close in this football game.
Michael Kanan kicking to James. From the 21, James with a good return and gets to around the 40. Flag is down.
This looks like a hold on San Francisco.
Holding, receiving team, number 27. 10 yards. First down.
C.J. Spillman.
Timeout.
Holding. So Colin Kaepernick, who did it, right now they're in the 6th spot in the seedings. And there are a lot of teams chasing him. Ball on the 26 for the 49ers. And going down in a great pass rush by Adrian Claiborne from behind. And the blind side for Claiborne and the sack and a loss of 5.
Adrian Claiborne working on Joe Staley over here. He is one of the hardest working guys I've ever been around. And watch this move he puts on Joe Staley. Just grabs his right shoulder and sprints right by him. Colin Kaepernick has no chance to outrun him. Sack for this Bucs defense.
And for Claiborne, his 5th sack of the season. And last week, the Buccaneers had 7 sacks against the Bills in winning then. 2nd down and 15. Kaepernick completes the pass and trying to rip the ball away, and very nearly doing it was Levante David. Garrett Selleck had the ball, and David seemed to be intent on ripping the ball away as it goes out of bounds, but the catch is made and a gain of 9.
I tell you, this is just another example talking about how great a player Levante David is. Tackle's already secured. All he's doing is trying to force a turnover for this Bucs D. They know they need to force him. They're not going to be shy about it, doing it early in the game.
3rd down and 7. Kaepernick, and the pass is caught, but no first down there. Vernon Davis is tackled by Mark Barron. He's a guy to defend the tight ends. A gain of 5, and 4th down coming up, and the 49ers will have to punt.
Yeah, let's check out this previous play, though, Dick, real quick. See the gang tackling. Look how hard Levante David is ripping at this ball. See Deshaun Golson come in and try to dislodge it from Selleck. Finally comes out. Unfortunately, goes out of bounds for the Bucs. But they do force a 4th down and a punt here.
Eric Page is back. The Buccaneers lead the NFL with 29 takeaways. And we asked Greg Schiano, can you beat this team if you don't get the turnover edge? And he says it's going to be a hard task indeed. Here is Page. And Page gets to the 30. And a play made by C.J. Spillman on the tackle. So Glennon coming out for the 3rd time in a 7-0 49er yards. They have outrushed the Bucs so far, 53-1, with 3:32 to go in the 1st.
Yeah, a lot of that being Colin Kaepernick. But yeah, this Bucs offense has got to get a run game established here real quickly.
From the 30, Glennon is going to check down to Rainey. Tripped up, and Rainey picks up about 3 yards. Patrick Willis on the tackle. Well, they're taking a look at some of the notable rookie quarterbacks this year in the National Football League. E.J. Manuel has done well, and I know there are losing records here, but he has led them in impressive victories. Geno Smith, practically a 500 quarterback, and Mike Glennon, 4-6.
Yeah, Mike Glennon, really, you look at his numbers, might be considered the best of that class. You're just looking at those 3.
Here is Rainey, and Rainey up the middle to the 36, picking up 3 yards, and Buccaneers are going to need that running game without question. And Glennon, who last week threw for only 90 yards, so he's been kind of a game manager more than a
yeah, he's had some up and down performances. You know, he played really well against Atlanta in a victory, and Detroit when they went up there and defeated him. They had a game against Seattle, which they lost, where he was really, really sharp. But of late, he's been a little uneasy, probably trying to do a little bit too much, and that's to be expected from a rookie quarterback.
3rd down and 4, and that was Ahmad Brooks, who jumps offside.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 55 defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And a first down. So 3rd and 4, and a defensive 5-yard penalty.
The one thing you can't do on 3rd and less than 5 is jump off sides. Really good job, though, by Mike Glennon. Glennon getting that hard count and drawing Ahmad Brooks offside.
So a first down at the 41 for the Buccaneers. Here's Rainey with a head of steam. Rainey will pick up with 2nd effort about 4 yards on first down. Buccaneers have won 4 of their last 5, losing their first 8 games. And they lost a lot of close games. And Greg Schiano's team at one point had a 21-0 lead against the Seahawks on the road, only to lose in overtime 27-24. A lot of the close losses they've had.
Yeah, they haven't been able to score points in the second half, Dick. They're one of the worst in the league at it.
Second down and 6. And Glennon steps up against the rush and going deep and overthrowing Sky Dawson. Terrell Brown was downfield covering.
This is one thing that Mike Glennon is not scared to do, is take shots down the football field. Now, usually those end up targeting Vincent Jackson, but Sky Dawson had a step there on Terrell Brown. It's a little bit of an overthrow.
Third down and 6, and there is the kicker, Bill Dawson, with the head coach. Third down and 6. Pass is caught, but it'll be shy of the first down to Tim Wright. That was Sky Dawson, who was the receiver. And before the kick, we're going to get a game break from Joel Klatt. Joe.
Dick, let's go to Atlanta, where Kirk Cousins, of course, starting for RG3, and he finds Fred Davis for the 23-yard score. Cuts the lead in half. Now it's 14-7 Falcons. That was Cousins' first of the season. Back to you, Dick, Rondé, and Chris.
What a bizarre story in the nation's capital.
Unreal what's happening up there right now for Washington. You feel bad for some of those players, coaches.
Fourth down when Michael Kanan kicking to LaMichael James. And James is going to let it bounce, and the Buccaneers will down it inside the 15 or at the 15-yard line. So Colin Kaepernick will have the poorest.
Sideline reporter Chris Budden, Missouri.
From the 15, here is Kendall Hunter. Good run from the outside and finally hit from behind by Dakota Watson, but not before. Hunter gets 15 yards and gets out of some trouble, and a first down to the 30. And
good design on that play there. Had two pulling offensive linemen turn back, sealed that edge. Hunter was able to pick up some nice yardage there.
And that'll be the last play of the first quarter, as the 49ers have outrushed the Buccaneers now 68-7. That's the end of the first here in Tampa. The 49ers 7 and the Bucs nothing. Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. 49ers lead, averaging nearly 8 yards a rush. Tampa Bay under 2.
3 and outs aren't helping the Bucs. That stat.
From the 30-yard line, pressure on Kaepernick, and his pass, flag is down, by the way, is ruled a catch at the 41. Would be a first down pending the penalty. It was caught by Michael Crabtree for 12. Indications are it's against the Buccaneers.
Holding. Defense, number 56. Penalty is declined. First down.
So Dakota Watson holding, but it's declined, and the 49ers, not a pretty play, but Kaepernick does a good job here.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick getting out of the pocket again. Crabtree doesn't look full speed to me, but he still has that savviness about him. Good toe touch on the line. Really good throw on the run there by Kaepernick, too, Dick. That was impressive. He's been showing us that he has that ability to do it all day today so far.
He's 6 for 6 for 39 yards and a touchdown pass. And on the delay, here's Frank Gore back in the game. Gore doesn't get much, a couple of yards. And William Goldston, rookie from Michigan State, on the tackle for the Buccaneers.
See a little bit more of William Goldston today. He had a sack and a half last week. Really starting to make some strides in his rookie season. Got a number of young guys up front. Stephen Means, too, who Coach mentioned. We'll see some. Akeem Spencer starts at nose tackle. Some bright young guys up there for the Bucs on defense.
LaMichael James, the receiver out of the backfield on second down and 7. Kaepernick will take off, and he will slide and close to the first down. The initial mark is that he may be a bit short as he gets to the 49-yard line of the Bucs.
Gerald McCoy here Bringing great pressure
We're going to
right
have
up
a
the middle. See Gerald McCoy in here. This guy is relentless. He's so quick off the ball. His first step, you see the swipe. He's almost by him in 2 steps. Forces Colin Kaepernick up into the pocket. Colin does smart thing, slides. It'll be interesting to see where they spot this. Where he starts his slide is where the ball should be started, or where it should be spotted. Based on our yellow line there, it looked like it should have been a first down. That spot may have been a little short.
So it'll be 3rd down and less than a yard for the 49ers. Kaepernick has thrown for 39 and rushed for 32 thus far.
We'll take that 6 for 6 for him. Completions, a lot of those have been on the run. He's such a dynamic athlete. He has the ability to run away from anybody really and extend plays. We've seen it a number of times today.
3rd down and 1. Frank Gore in the backfield. And Gore bounced back and not going to make it. Will lose Gerald McCoy, who was a stalwart on the last play, as you pointed out, Rondé, once again comes in and knocks Gore back for a loss of 1. And it's 4th down, and Greg Schiano has that defense fired up right now.
Oh, yeah, there was nothing doing there up front for the 49ers. That's just a wall of Buccaneers stood this play up. He put Anquan Bolden in motion kind of just as a distraction, see if anybody's looking at him, but nobody is up front. Levante David, Gerald McCoy, you see Stephen Means in there, blowing up the fullback, allowing that play to be a lost yardage for Tampa Bay.
So Andy Lee will kick from the 40 and try to keep it inside the 20. Fair catch for Eric Page. So Lee does his job, and Page with the fair catch at the 12. 7-0. Now all Greg Schiano needs is for his...
To be patient. Offensive coordinator Mike Sullivan told us that this defense tries to make you do things that you're not willing to do.
From the 13, the pass is incomplete, intended for Tyquan Underwood and covered by Trumaine Brock.
But I think they got to get Vincent Jackson involved here. I said in our open that him and Bobby Rainey are the 2 explosive players on this team. Vincent doesn't even have a target so far today. So at some point, they're going to have to get him going, get Bobby Rainey going. It might be difficult with that front of the San Francisco 49ers, but something's got to give here soon.
Only first down for Tampa Bay has been on an encroachment penalty by the 49ers. 2nd and 10 from the 13. Here's Rainey, and Rainey is hit, doesn't get much. Patrick Willis, couple of yards. 3rd and long coming up now for the Bucs.
49ers play that odd front. There's 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, 3 down linemen, there's 2 outside linebackers, and it allows Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis, who was just on that tackle, to scrape and make all these free tackles. Pretty impressive defense when you look at it as a whole.
Ryan Leonard is in. He's the 3rd leading receiver for the Buccaneers. He's in at running back, 3rd down and 8. Lennon is 3 for 8 thus far. And a penalty marker down.
Encroachment, defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Ray McDonald. So that's the 2nd time the 49ers have been guilty of encroachment. So now it's 3rd and 3, which is more manageable for Mike Glennon.
Now you much prefer this down and difference. Mike Glennon's done a good job so far early with these hard counts. 49ers are chomping at the bit a little bit and trying to get after this offensive line, this rookie quarterback. But he's taking them to it. Here's Vincent Jackson right here on the side we just mentioned, and he hadn't had a touch yet.
0 for 3 on 3rd downs are the Buccaneers, and now 0 for 4 as Justin Smith gets to the backpedaling Mike Glennon, and he is tackled at the 9, and a loss of 12, bringing up 4th down.
Justin Smith right there, you see him working on Jamon Merritt that goes right around him. Zutak can't come to help. Mike Glennon, though, he was looking for Vincent Jackson right over the top of the ball. Locked in a little bit too long. Didn't see Justin Smith on that wrap. Goes down for a sack deep in their territory.
5.5 sacks on the year for Justin Smith. On 4th down, punting is Michael Kanan. James looking for good field position. as it is his 40-yard line, and that will be all. He'll be down at the 44 as Adam Hayward and Dakota Watson combined to stop him. Good defensive sequence that time for the 49ers. Most popular United Way NFL public service announcements of all time. First down at the 44 for the 49ers. Their best starting field position, Kaepernick, and he completes to Bruce Miller for 5.
I'll tell you what, Derek Brooks, one of the great men, not only in this organization, but in this town, in this state. Done a lot of good things, a lot of positive things. But I remember that United Way commercial. If you haven't seen it, you guys might want to go Google it and see how funny he is. Trying to get these kids to say, who's your favorite player? Love it.
Remember that too?
Oh, yeah. He had a good time making that banner right there.
Getting a ring is something special. I know your former teammate John Lynch feels that way. Second down and 5. Here's Frank Gore up the middle. First down. He breaks a tackle again. So tough is Frank Gore. And he gets to the 41. 10 yards for Gore and a first down for the 49ers.
Frank Gore might be one of the greatest power runners in football. Watch how low he keeps his pad, sneaking through this hole. He's so patient. Trust his offensive line's going to find he's going to find a crease through there. He tumbles through. Watch his knee drive when he runs, Dick. It is about as impressive as anything this guy does.
Jim Harbaugh said he's mystical. He sees things you never expect running backs to see. And let's see what he sees here. Well, he sees a lot of red jerseys led by Mark Barron, the strong safety, and no gain that time for Gore.
Bucs get Mark Barron down in the box quite a bit. Sean typically has been the whole safety since he's been here. But Mark Barron, who's having, I think, a really good second year for these Buccaneers. A sound tackler. He has 2 interceptions and 2 sacks. He's going to be a heck of a player.
And a great defender against tight ends. And in this NFC South, got tight ends to contend with. And he certainly does today with Vernon Davis. Second and 10. Gore is out to the right, but the pass goes left to Garrett Selleck. And the brother of Brent Selleck, Eagle tight end, flag is down and close to 10 yards with Revis making the tackle.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 76 was on the end of the line. It's a 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So that's Anthony Davis, former #1 draft pick out of Rutgers, left in his junior year. He's in his 4th year. And Greg Schiano said he was glad he stayed home, but he said maybe you won't get more than a 1-year contract. But Anthony Davis has become a fixture at right tackle for this 49er team.
He's a really good player on a really good offensive line. Just signed that big contract in the offseason. Big reason why they're 6th in the league in rushing.
Second down and 15. Kaepernick. Pass incomplete, and Vernon Davis had beaten Mark Barron. Going deep to the tight end, and the pass incomplete, bringing up third down and 15.
Again, Colin Kaepernick finding a way to extend play, stepping up in the pocket on that throw. Mark Barron's a little bit out of position here. Vernon Davis actually looks like he started running a little bit late there. He wasn't sure if that ball was going to get there, just out of his reach.
And the first incompletion thrown by Kaepernick. On 3rd and 15, under pressure, Kaepernick completes the pass to Bolden, breaks away, and Bolden has the first down and pushed out of bounds and around the 20-yard line by Keith Tandy. But Anquan Bolden got by. Adrian Claiborne put the pressure on.
Adrian Claiborne and Gerald McCoy had the pressure, but Anquan Bolden up here just running a little under route. Not necessarily looking like this was going to be your first down, but you see the missed tackle by Darrell Revis. Levante David gets cut off by Frank Gore, and God, big hit by Claiborne here, but That credit for that first down goes to Anquan. Being able to fight through tackles, it's what he's done his entire career. Just works harder than anybody else on the field.
That's 25 yards out of it. And here's Kaepernick, and off the hands of Bruce Miller. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Now, you got to be shaking your head if you're a Bucs fan right now. That 3 or 4 parts of that play, that 3rd down play, looked like it was going to be in their favor. First, the sack, the pressure on Kaepernick. He was able to get it away. And then the 2 missed tackles, Darrelle Revis, Levante David getting boxed out there by Frank Gore. Those are kind of inexcusable on 3rd and long situations.
Question is, can the Bucs stay in there without getting turnovers against San Francisco? Frank Gore drives to the 19.
I think it'll be very hard if they don't create some turnovers here. I mean, we've seen there's 7 minutes left here in this half, and we haven't seen much from the Bucs offense. And the 49ers are proving they'll be methodical. They'll run the ball. They'll take short completions. In fact, Colin Kaepernick told us yesterday that he's all about the completions, not worried about the yards. He wants completions. And without those 13-plus turnovers, that plus 13 turnover ratio, these Bucs aren't much of a football team this year.
Gore is lined up as a receiver to the right on 3rd down and 8. Kaepernick goes down. McCoy. The Tampa Bay defensive line has been dominating the inside of the offensive line for the 49ers. 2nd sack of the game for the Bucs and a loss of 9.
Just as we're talking turnovers with this team, this is another issue where they've been really good. Watch Gerald McCoy. You see he's lined up over the nose or over the center there. And Greg said they're going to move him. Greg Schiano said they're going to move him around to give him some favorable matchups. The center, Jonathan Goodwin, has no chance to stop it. Gerald McCoy is really good inside this year. 8 sacks on the season now.
47-yard attempt for Phil Dawson, who has a franchise record 20 consecutive successful field goals, make it 21, and the 49ers on Dawson's 47-yarder have taken a 10-0 lead. Jim Harbaugh with the headset off, pointing. 1 consecutive field goals, a franchise record. This has not been a highlight film game by any stretch of the imagination thus far. Been grueling, and most of it in the Tampa Bay side as the kick is down for the touchback. Well, only one show makes dreams come true and discovers superstars. American Idol returns this January with Jennifer Lopez, Keith Urban, and Harry Connick Jr. American Idol, the search for a superstar, begins this January on Fox. Well, we'll see what Mike Glennon and company does. Right now, Rainey has 9 yards in 5 carries, and the only first down was because of an encroachment penalty against San Francisco. Starting from the 20. Here's Rainey trying to get him going, and that is his best run of the game, picking up close to 8 yards. Ahmad Brooks is there.
I think we're going to have to see more of this. I don't know how much more patient this offense can be. I don't think there's panic down there in the sideline or up in the booth with Sullivan, with Coach Sullivan, but at some point they're going to have to garner some first downs, get this ball moving, change field position, something to give them a chance here.
2nd and 2, and they go to Rainey again, and he'll get the first down out to the 32-yard line. Well, talk about running back. 4 different running backs have started for the Buccaneers. Of course, Doug Martin, who had 144 against New Orleans, IR in midseason, and Mike James, who had a big game against Seattle, 158 yards. Brian Leonard started 1 game, and Bobby Rainey, who had an 80-yard touchdown run last week and 127 yards. So they've got depth there, no question about it. 1st and 10, and the pass knocked away from Vincent Jackson by Carlos Rogers, bringing up 2nd and 10.
Carlos Rogers playing off coverage here on Vincent Jackson. Little hitch by Vincent Jackson, but Carlos Rogers does a really good job putting his foot in the ground, transitioning, getting his hand on that ball, knocking it out. Vincent Jackson still without a catch today. going to have to get involved here. We keep saying this. He's going to have to get involved for this team to compete today.
He's over 1,000 yards as Jackson. That was the first time they threw to him, and Rainey is going to lose a yard or so on this play, thanks to Navarro Bowman and DeMarcus Dobbs. So third down coming up, and it's just been a domination by the 49ers.
Yeah, they packed it in here. You see, as soon as Bobby Rainey gets this handoff, there's nowhere to go. Bowman, Mod Brooks in there. It's a stout defense all the way around.
Well, 10-0 is not a huge lead, but you wonder where the Buccaneers are going to get points from, the way things have gone thus far. Third down and 11. Glennon under pressure and completes the pass to Chris Owusu, and he'll be stopped short of the first down by Tremaine Brock. And once again, the Bucs will have to kick, and before that, we'll go to a game break and Joel Klatt.
All right, Dick, let's go out to New York. San Francisco dominating there. Another NFC West team dominating back east. Seattle, Marshawn Lynch with a tough physical run, his 11th of the season. Third consecutive season of 11 or more. 10-0 Seattle. Dick, Rondé, and Chris.
All right, thank you very much, Joel. And Michael Keenan. Fifth punt of the game for the Buccaneers, and James fields it and goes out of bounds. 49ers leading 10-0. Second, and we'll start from the 19. And Ronnie, you got to figure a long drive here, and the 49ers getting the ball to start the second half.
Really important for this Bucs D to stand up here with only 4 minutes left in this half.
Frank Gore, nothing. Loses yardage. Couple of yards lost. Let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And the 49ers at 9-4 would be the 6th seed and the second wild card. They can clinch a playoff berth today with a victory, a loss by the Arizona Cardinals, and a loss by either the Eagles or the Cowboys. But, you know, when you look at Arizona just one game behind, being chased by others, you're right, they can't afford the letdown here.
No letdowns at all. Arizona plays Tennessee, and there's a big matchup at the end of the season between Arizona and these 49ers.
Second down and 11. Kaepernick's pass, and it's caught by Crabtree as he goes out of bounds. And Crabtree has a first down, picking up 11 yards.
Working on Darrelle Revis here. You see him in motion, just kind of create some space. This is a really good throw by Colin Kaepernick. We don't see the release, but getting that over the head of Levante David, who leads this team with 5 interceptions. You could talk about his arm, and all he wants to do is run the football. That was a big boy throw right there.
From the 30. Frank Gore trying to go outside, and good pursuit that time for Deshaun Goldson, his former teammate, and a gain of 3.
Yeah, good tackle by Deshaun there. Frank Gore being really patient. You see him running up the back of his offensive lineman there.
Goldson paid a visit to the 49ers camp, and he became very familiar, and Jim Harbaugh thought it was really endearing that he wanted to stay on the practice field as long as he did. Second down and 7, and the pass is caught in stride by Vernon Davis and gets close to midfield, but penalty flags are down. One down at the 32-yard line, and we will have the 2-minute warning after we hear from Scott Green.
3, penalty is declined. First down, timeout, 2-minute warning.
15 yards to Davis. They decline the penalty to McCoy. Kaepernick, 10 of 12. 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Huge, and time of possession, the 49ers nearly doubled the Bucs possession of the ball. So the 2-minute warning at 1:56 and a first down at the 49er 48. Kaepernick has all day to go deep to Vernon Davis, who's there, makes the catch for the touchdown.
Wow, what a throw there, Dick. That ball stayed in the air with a lot of velocity for a long time, and Vernon Davis just went and got this thing, just snatched it.
Crashes against the wall there, and Kaepernick was the first one down. So see how he was.
Colin Kaepernick moving out of the pocket here, finding this guy late, again creating some space for this pass. You see him one-on-one with Mark Barron. There's no hole safety. Barron is all by himself, and he just can't keep up with Vernon Davis. He's probably the fastest receiver on this entire San Francisco football team as a tight end.
52-yard pass play, and Phil Dawson adds the 17th point. And so for Vernon Davis, his 12th touchdown catch of the year, and a 17-0 49er domination here in this first half.
The Bucs are finding a way to hold this game tight. Only a 10-point lead, but that 52-yard bomb really opens it up, and San Francisco getting the ball back at the half. That could be pretty devastating. Bucs got 1:47 though. See if they can get anything going on offense. You saw those numbers there right before this play. That 30 yards of offense is almost approaching ineptitude. They're going to have to do something to get this offense going if they're going to stay in this football game.
So you want to look at the list for most receiving touchdowns by tight ends in NFL history. You got Tony Gonzalez in the rest, but that rest includes Vernon Davis, who now has 52 career touchdown catches on a day in which someone other than Vernon Davis and Anquan Bolden caught a TD pass, and that was Michael Crabtree who grabbed the first one. So it's 17-0 in favor of San Francisco in the waning moments of this first half. 5 plays, 81 yards. Eric Page is back, and Dawson will kick off again. Bucs will take it out at the 20, and for what's ahead at halftime, let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
I'm coming to you from the Emmy Award-winning audio booth here at Fox. And coming up on the Visa halftime, a key AFC East game between the Patriots and the Dolphins, plus those other guys, will join me on the Visa halftime. Oh, I wonder what this button does. Oops.
You know, if we went into our production truck, they'd chase us out of there and we started pressing those buttons. Well, not much of a comparison here as you look at 23 yards passing to 148 for Kaepernick. That doesn't even include 32 yards rushing. Talk about rushing. Brian Leonard gets loose, and Leonard brings it out for a first down. Only the second first down for the Buccaneers, gets 12.
Bucs in there, hurry up. Brian Leonard's their third down. 2-minute running back. It was a smart play call there. Get something positive going early in this 2-minute drive.
From the 32, there's another reception. Tyquan Underwood, and he is very close to the first down, maybe shy by a half a yard.
Well, just through the first 2 plays here in this 2-minute, I like the urgency. We didn't feel it at all throughout the first half. But these first 2 plays, it's starting to show.
Second down and 1. Glennon gets tied, and there'll be another first down as Owusu, who played his college football at Stanford under Jim Harbaugh, gets 6 yards and a first down. And with 59 seconds left, the Bucs call their first timeout.
I think it's important here for the Bucs to do something with this possession here. Minute left. Just mentioned earlier that 49ers get the ball coming out of the half. They've done absolutely nothing so far in the first half. Only 1 first down. They got 3 on this drive. Mike Glennon's going to need to be sharp here. Keep this urgency up. You see Mike Sullivan there diagnosing how to get them at least in field goal range here in the next 59 seconds.
And the Bucs defense has really played well, but they've been on the field a long time, and defenses do tire out, right?
Yeah, the time possession here disparaged by 8 minutes. That's a lot in the first half of a football game.
First down at the 47. Glennon on the run, completes to Tim Wright, and Wright, the tight end, and what a find he has been for the Buccaneers, gets 26 yards, tackled by Eric Reed. And the deepest penetration for Tampa Bay, and another timeout.
Mike Glennon will never be confused for a scrambler, but he does have a lot of functional mobility. Look at him get out of the pocket here, wait for his receiver to get open. Tim Wright working on Dante Whitner, just shoves him off and makes his 3rd catch of the day.
And Schiano calling the second timeout. But what about Tim Wright, who came in as a wide receiver, was the 4th tight end, and how he has emerged?
Yeah, he probably brought him into camp as a body, really, earlier in this year. had some familiarity with him at Rutgers. Had all those injuries to Luke Stocker, Crabtree, and here he emerges. And I'm telling you, he's one of the 2 or 3 best rookie tight ends in football right now.
Second leading receiver on the team. Ball on the 27. And here is Glennon. And throws it away. Had nothing downfield. Aldon Smith was making it difficult for the rookie Mike Glennon at 6'6", so it'll be 2nd and 10. Coming up, it's the Visa halftime report. Kurt, Howie, Terry, Michael, and Jimmy will be along with scores and highlights.
Good decision there by Mike Glennon to get rid of that ball. No need to force anything. Finally have some movement down the field. Have to garner some points out of this drive.
2nd and 10. Here comes the pressure on Glennon, and he gets rid of it fast. Tim Wright is there for the catch, and a flag is down. And let's see if Wright was hit in the head.
Well, we can hear it from up here.
Dante Whitner.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 31. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
4 yards, and then the penalty.
Just heard Whitner say, I didn't touch him. But we're a good 60 yards away, and we hear the shoulder pad hit him in the head. That is a definite penalty and subsequent fine for Dante Whitner there.
So with 35 seconds left, 1 timeout left for the Buccaneers. And they will have a 1st and 10 at the 12.
49er defense have been so steady up until this point.
Here's Glennon. Good protection. Pass. Caught. Vincent Jackson. Touchdown. Well, to say the Bucs needed a touchdown there is an understatement, Rondy.
And there's the guy we were talking about earlier who needed to show up. Hadn't been targeted in this game. But once Vincent Jackson working on Terrell Brown over there and Mike Glennon, look at his confident throw, steps into it, finds the guy he's looking for. Touchdown for the Bucs. That was a huge 2-minute drive for Tampa Bay going into the halftime.
And it didn't seem likely they were ever going to get a drive like that. Ryan Lindell on for the point after, and it's good. And the score is now 17-7. An 11-yard touchdown pass to Vincent Jackson. His first catch of the game, capping an 80-yard drive. And they did it in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
You see him on the point right here in this 3-receiver set. Terrell Brown's playing inside, sticks him to the outside, and just bam, this ball is right on time. It's hard to defend that ball unless you get great position, and Terrell Brown did not have it on Vincent Jackson there. These are the things that Mike Glennon, when you talk about evaluating these young guys, he makes those throws, and he makes them very convincingly. He's done it a lot so far this year. Times he holds on to the ball too much, but when he lets it go and lets it go with some authority, he is an impressive-looking young quarterback.
And the hurry-up seemed to work. The momentum seemed to go for Tampa Bay for the first time on offense in that series.
You said it. It is about momentum most of the time in this league. You know, you can see them on their sideline kind of despondent, looking like nothing was going to happen, but then they get 6 first downs on that drive alone, drive the length of the field in just under a minute, and get a touchdown and keep this game close as they go into the half.
So the Bucs, who had only 18 total yards before that 80-yard drive, and for Jackson, his 7th touchdown catch of the year. Kanan. James runs it out. And is stopped from behind at the 19-yard line. Well, this is your game, and this is your show. Join the guys on Fox Football Daily every weeknight. Yes, including my guy. For the best insights, analysis, and interviews in football. Catch Fox Football Daily weeknights at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on America's new sports network, Fox Sports 1. And Danny Gora, Buccaneer defensive back, is down, hurt.
He took quite a bit of a shot there on that tackle. He wasn't in on the tackle. He was coming in, and the pile just kind of rushed into him. He'd be on the far right of your screen over here. Just leg whipped Oh. Hopefully it's just a bruise to the shin. He's up walking, standing up, see if we can get off on his own power here.
How are you able to avoid injuries so much in your career?
You know what's funny, Dick? Staying away from piles like that. You know, when you get around piles, and guys standing around piles, not that he was standing around a pile, but I've seen too many guys standing around piles, guys flying over the top, and all of a sudden you get a catastrophic injury of some sort. So I was lucky, obviously, play 16 years and not miss a game, but a lot of it was being smart about being around stuff like that.
What is the toughest injury, or what's the easiest injury for a defensive back to get?
Oh, hamstrings, pulls. You're running on the edge full speed with these track stars nowadays.
49ers from the 19, and Frank Gore running ahead. And the 49ers realizing that they get the ball to start the second half, will take the end of the first half here. 17-7, 49ers had the lead, and then an impressive 80-yard drive by the Bucs at the end.
A great 80-yard drive by the Bucs. They hadn't had anything going. They hadn't had anything going all day. We'll see what happens coming out at halftime. The Bucs have had their problems with adjustments, if you want to say that, but they haven't been able to put points on the board in the second half. They'll need to do that if they're going to beat the San Francisco 49ers at home today.
They've been outgained in every area you want to look, but they trail by 10, 17-7 in the game. Kaepernick hit Crabtree, the first receiver other than Bolden and Davis, to catch a touchdown pass for San Francisco. And before we get to intermission of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but as we said, the 49ers get it first, and LaMichael James will be back to receive the kick from Michael Kanan. Remember, the 49ers won the toss and deferred, and this kick taken at the 21 by Anthony Dixon. And down he goes at the 26 as we check down with Chris Button.
Well, Greg Schiano telling me at half that he thinks the key to the second half is to get a lot more out of the run game. He's been disappointed with that. He's still stressing turnovers. He says we haven't gotten any yet, and that will also be big in this second half. As for Jim Harbaugh, he said he just needs to remind his guys, listen, there's still 30 minutes left in this thing.
You're a defensive player. You say we need turnovers. Tell me, you can't plan on them.
No, you can't count on turnovers. You just have to do your job. You know, the good players realize that technique and opportunity meet, and all of a sudden you make a play, get a turnover. Defense has been doing that all this year. Can't force it today.
First down at the 27. Kaepernick's pass, and it's broken up. Intended for Bolden, and a good play by Revis.
Kind of anticipating this matchup all day, that their two best players on either side of the ball. Revis with a little grab there, reaching low shoulder to make that pass break up.
Well, there's the rushing story. Only 31 yards for the Buccaneers, and obviously they've got to do more there. In fact, they haven't even gained 4 yards per play. So the first things first, they've got to stop this offense of the 49ers. 2nd and 10. James is the running back. And here's James off the left side, and James will get the first down. And a back who can pick his way gets just shy of midfield, getting 21 yards, and that's a terrific gain, and that's the longest rush of the day for San Francisco.
Michael James, as everybody remembers, that dynamic runner out of Oregon a couple years ago, hadn't had that many touches. When he gets the ball, watch how quick his feet move. He just shifts his way through traffic. Big gainer there for 49ers.
First down at the 48. Frank Gore back into tailback. And it's Gore trying to go outside, won't get there, and will be knocked back to the 45 and a loss of 3. Darrelle Revis from the secondary. Gerald McCoy, the defensive tackle. This has been a 49er team, as you mentioned, liking to run the ball, and today they're doing it again.
This is what they do, primarily because they have one of the greatest running backs in the NFL in the past 10 years in Frank Gore. They're more comfortable giving the ball to him than letting Colin Kaepernick drop back and pass, and that's fine. Teams can do that, won that way, play great defense. It's a formula for these 49ers.
2nd down and 13, flag is down. Bucs might have jumped offside, and here's Kaepernick on a free play, and the pass is knocked away and picked off on the deflection by Lavonte David. And David still running because no one had downed him, and he's going to run it into the end zone. But remember, there was a flag down, and the penalty may be against McCoy for offsides, which would nullify the interception.
That was the strangest sequence of events I've seen in a long time there.
I think it was a free play for Kaepernick.
And Lavonte David down in the end zone.
Defense, number 93. Lined up in the neutral zone.
It is on McCoy.
Penalty. Second down.
And will nullify the interception. And an injured player is Lavonte David. Here it is again.
See Gerald McCoy right there. Neutral zone infraction. Just a little quick. Really great awareness by Lavonte David. And unfortunately, it looks like he's the injured Buccaneer down in the end zone. Everybody thought the play had stopped.
And his knee was down. He would have been down, but he wasn't going to take any chances and ran it anyway. And that may be the first penalty it is against the Buccaneers, their first of the game. Kaepernick is relieved, but Lavonte David is injured back at the 5.
The way he's sitting there stretching his leg, definite lower leg, maybe or upper leg, maybe hamstring injury. Cannot afford to lose him.
6 sacks and leading the team with 5 interceptions. Brilliant year for the linebacker, and replaces him. Second down at 8 at midfield for the 49ers. And overthrowing Crabtree is Kaepernick. So Lavonte David on the sideline. Now, if he would have made that interception, he would have become the only player in NFL with 6 or more sacks or 5 or more interceptions. And any player, I mean, the linebacker is one thing, to be the only player to have 6 and 6, and had that stood and there was no penalty, that would have really put him in incredible company. And his replacement, one of the leaders on the team, as Greg Schiano explained to us in the locker room, Adam Hayward, and they've needed that.
Yeah, big special teams guy, can play all 3 linebacker positions. He's one of the invaluable players on this Bucs team.
Third down and 8. Pressure up the middle on Kaepernick, and his pass incomplete. Bolden was the intended receiver. So 4th down coming up, and the Buccaneers may have lost David, and hopefully for them not for that long, but they hold the 49ers on their first possession and will get the ball back. Eric Page goes back deep.
We talked about them needing to find some rhythm on offense. Hopefully for them, that 2-minute drive will help with some momentum in the second half. Keep mentioning that they haven't been very good scoring points. They'll need to be here.
Kick by Lee. And it bounces into the end zone. So Glennon, who's 9 of 16 for 79 yards, and the touchdown pass comes out for Tampa Bay. Mike Upati out for the 4th straight game. And here's Bobby Rainey, and Rainey breaking one and getting a first down. 2 flags are back at the 15.
Holding. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Davin Joseph, the right guard, holding, nullifies 11.
Yeah, both the umpire and the referee got that hold on Davin Joseph there. But penalties this year, that is an impressively bad number right there. 1,005 yards in penalties, most in the NFL. Total penalties 120. A lot of those have been personal fouls.
But only 2 penalties today for Greg Schiano's crew. First down and 20. Back at the 10. Gabe Karimi is an extra offensive lineman. And they go to Rainey. Couple for Rainey. And it'll be second down. Rainey has averaged less than 3 yards a carry. His longest run has been 8 yards. And now Mike Glennon and company face second down and 18.
Bring in 3 wide receivers here. I almost feel like they should get back into that spread offense a little bit. Try to find a rhythm that way. Trying to pound the ball against this 49ers defense just isn't working so far today.
Do you throw to set up the run?
In some cases you can. I think this is a situation where they might need to.
Pass caught by Jackson, and Jackson gets out to the 23. They'll still need about 8 yards for the first down as Tremaine Brock makes the play, making his third start. Terrell Brown, though, is active and has seen action out there. Brock has 4 interceptions on the season.
Yeah, he's had a breakout kind of year so far for San Fran, forced into duty. He's been mostly a special teams guy through his career. With that injury to Terrell, he's had to step up and play. Those 4 interceptions lead the team. He's been really impressive to me.
They're down in 7. Glennon with time, and it's dropped, and it wouldn't have been a first down anyway, as Vincent Jackson is covered by Navarro Bowman, the linebacker, and a flag down at the 25.
After the play, personal foul, number 69, half the distance to the goal. It is 4th down.
So DeMar Dotson, so 2 penalties against the Bucs offense on this drive, and it'll be 4th down, and Michael Glennon will have to kick from about his own goal line.
It's the right tackle here, DeMar Dotson.
Michael Glennon back.
It's the one that gets the personal foul. 21 personal fouls. That is a big number for any team. At this point, it just backs your punting unit farther, more favorable field position for San Francisco.
And Michael James at the 48 now gets into Tampa Bay territory, but he'll take getting to the 45. Brian Leonard making the tackle, and the 49ers leading by 10. Still early in the third. I think Jim Harbaugh does too.
Yeah, I've seen it firsthand.
First down at the 44 of the Bucs. Gore. Quick acceleration and a good gain straight ahead to the 38. Gain of 6. Well, Levante David was injured, came out of the game. For an update, here's Chris Budden.
Well, Dick, when he came off, they started working on that right hamstring, but then got sick, was sucking down a lot of Gatorade, still not back out there, looks a little woozy. I did find out he wasn't sick coming into today's game. Not feeling too well right now, though.
All right, thank you, Chris. Adam Hayward has gone in for him. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Michael James now split wide right. Kaepernick with time, tipped ball and incomplete. And it was tipped by William Goldston, the rookie from Michigan State, and that's where you get a lot of those interceptions and those takeaways, which the Tampa Bay Bucs lead this year.
It's what they've done all year so far, converting on tips and overthrows. There's nobody there to catch that ricochet, but Goldston did a real good job there. Really doesn't have much penetration on Staley. All he can do is throw his hands up. Calls the incomplete pass in a 3rd and 4 situation here for San Francisco.
And there's Frank Gore right, standing to the right of Kaepernick. 3rd down and 4 at the 38 of the Bucs. Kaepernick's pass and a one-handed grab by Anquan Boldin. Beautiful catch and a first down. Physical guy who shows a little finesse and gets 7 yards.
Not a very good throw here at all by Colin Kaepernick, but wow. Anquan Boldin, you'll see him right here. Just a little spacing route. One guy under, one guy out. Pushing off Leonard Johnson there. And man, that is one heck of a catch.
What a claw.
Not a lot of guys in the NFL come down with that thing. That was impressive.
So now the 49ers on the 31 of Tampa Bay. Here's Gore. Tripped up and gets something out of it. Going down that sideline, tiptoeing.
How about the balance right there down that sideline?
Revis missed a tackle. He had a chance at Gore.
Revis had a chance. Gerald McCoy had a chance there, just bouncing off. Adam Hayward tries to push him out of bounds, but great leg strength.
And he gets a first down when it looked like he might lose a couple of yards. And he goes to the sideline, and why not joke with your head coach? This is what this guy has done in his career, and trying to get to 10,000. LaMichael James replaces Gore. First down, Kaepernick's pass, and the pass is incomplete, and Bolden was hit hard by Mark Barron. What a crunching hit by the strong safety.
Yeah, that's what he's can do. He's big, fast, plays downhill. See if we can hear this hit.
So 2nd down and 10.
Makes me glad I'm up here.
Oh, come on. You used to do that kind of thing. Here is James off the left side. And nowhere to go. And stopped for no gain. Stays in bounds. And Adam Hayward, who replaced Levante David. So 3rd down coming up. And, of course, in field goal range for Phil Dawson. With under 8.5 to go in the 3rd quarter and a 10-point 49er lead. Levante David nearly had interception number 6 and then got hurt. 3rd down and 9.
49ers go to empty again. Greg Schiano's trying to call a timeout here at the bottom of the field. Didn't like it look.
And he got defense. The timeout. Yep. That is the first timeout called by the Bucs. And we're going to take a break. 17-7 the 49ers in field goal range halfway through this 3rd. And 9 at the 20. And there is James split to the top of your picture. And a flag and a false start call against the 49ers.
False start. Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So it's on Vernon Davis. So now it'll be 3rd down and 14. And move it back to the 25. 7th penalty against the 49ers. Vernon Davis is split to the left. Garrett Selleck wide right. 3rd and 14. The pressure on Kaepernick. And he gets rid of it and knocked away and nearly intercepted by Rivas. Trying to get it to Anquan Bolden. Would have been a tough pass to make with a lot of red shirts there.
Rivas almost with a chance to intercept that. And then Deshaun Golston come in and knock that ball out at the end. Colin Kaepernick on the run. Bucs only had 3 defensive linemen. You see Hayward still in the game there. Yeah, I think Anquan would have came down with this ball without the hit from Deshaun. His old teammate forcing it loose.
And a field goal attempt now for Dawson. Connected on 21 straight. This will be a 43-yarder. And Phil Dawson's kick is good, so Phil Dawson extends his streak to 22 consecutive field goals. And Jim Harbaugh, after some problems with David Akers last year and now going to Dawson this year, has come through in a big way. And the 49ers now have extended their lead to 20-7. Well, Friday, January 3rd, and it's really one of the best bowl games of the year, and it's on Fox as the 13th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys take on James Franklin and the 8th-rated Missouri Tigers. The AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic, Friday, January 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox. Phil Dawson, we understand, that changes shoes to kick off.
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
So he changes shoes, but he's kicked his 2nd in a row, and 22 consecutive, 2 in this game, and a 20-7 lead.
It's been a great asset for this team. Last year was a question mark, even through the playoffs, whether they'd be able to make field goals or not. He's eliminated all those doubts so far this season.
Eric Page will let it fly and catch it, but it's, well, you start at the 20-yard line. Talking about shoes, what about Jim Harbaugh's?
He's got the black cleats on to match his black shirt and hat. I asked him yesterday what brand he was wearing because I didn't want to wear the same kind that he did in the booth today.
Well, we have records for everything in this sport. Records when you're home, records when you're on the road, when you travel east.
Why not when you're wearing cleats?
Absolutely. Why not? Starting from the 20, Mike Glennon goes down, and a Aldon Smith sack. He has come back in a big way. So the shoes are a factor, and who knows better than Chris Button?
You know, Jim Harbaugh making some headlines with his fashion sense with those shoes. He is 4-0 since wearing them, and it's all started back in week 7 when there was a scuffle on the field. He went to go break it up and slipped, so he had them get him some cleats. There was 2 games where he didn't wear them, and they lost. So he's not normally a superstitious guy, but they seem to work, guys.
Get out of that scrum is the main thing, as Bobby Rainey picks up a couple of yards. That sack by Aldon Smith gives him 7.5 for the year. And for a game break, let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
Well, the Cleveland Browns have a couple of defensive touchdowns today to lead the Chicago Bears. This one, a forced fumble off of Martellus Bennett's catch. T.J. Ward scoops it up, takes it 52 yards for the score, and Cleveland leads the Bears by 7 in the third. Look around it.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. It's so great when you get those turnovers, but you can't count on them all the time. Browns can today. 3rd down and 14 as you take a look at the NFC North. Here is Glennon on 3rd and long, tipped at the line, incomplete. And it was Ray McDonald who got a hand on it. So the 49er defense does its job, and the Buccaneers will have to kick from around their goal line.
Yeah, Ray McDonald, Ahmad Brooks, all pushing this pocket into Mike Glennon. And you see the tip as he tried to dump that ball off to Brian Leonard. And they're losing the field position battle pretty handedly so far in this second half. Seems like every kick by Michael Keenan is out of a backed up position. It's tough to win a football game if they can't change the field.
Here's James backing up. Good kick by Keenan there. And James will go down at the 37-yard line. And the 49ers going on the road. How's their defense going to be? They're going to need it today, and boy, has it come through big time. 20. Kendall Hunter is the running back. 49ers have averaged nearly 6 yards a rush. Play action on 1st down, and Kaepernick completes to Anquan Bolden. And Bolden will have the 1st down close to midfield, gaining 11. So the 49ers traveling from the West Coast to the East. Well, didn't work with Mike Singletary. They were 1-7, and all of those numbers that weren't attractive. But Jim Harbaugh's team have flourished. They've won 9, lost only 1, and that includes the win over Jacksonville in London earlier this year, and everything working for them. So they travel well, and they certainly packed their defense today.
Yes, they certainly did. The big number there, you notice, is the turnovers. Playing well on the road is tough. They've been doing it by not turning the ball over.
And Kaepernick's pass, and it's underthrown, intended for Vernon Davis. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. And throwing here, Kaepernick, by the way, is 2 for 9 in the second half. Those are his numbers for the game.
Yeah, he started off with 6 for 6 completions. You know, they've been winning really this game by dominating on defense. They haven't been asked to do much on offense. Those are the numbers that people question when you talk Colin Kaepernick in this offense. That completion percentage being so low, it's hard to win football games that way, you think.
2nd and 10, Frank Gore, and nothing there. But if you ask Jim Harbaugh, which you did yesterday in our meeting, assess your quarterback, I think he's doing a great job.
I think he's doing a good job. I think he's doing a good job understanding what they want out of this offense. Now, he's made some loose throws. He made some loose throws in the past. He's kind of an arm thrower. He's not much of a technique quarterback. He likes to throw on the run. If he has to take a 5-step drop, he's not nearly as effective as play action. You know, at some point he's going to have to be a quarterback. Depends when that's going to be.
3rd and 9. Here comes the pressure, and the pass is caught, and being driven back is Mario Manningham. First time they've gone to him, and he makes the catch. And Revis wouldn't let him get away. They've got 3 yards out of it, and so despite good field position, the Tampa Bay defense holds with 4:30 to go in the third, and the Andy Lee will have to come in to kick.
Bucs D did a good job there checking out. Colin Kaepernick checked his play at the line of scrimmage. Saw the sideline get animated. The Bucs checked, played, dropped into cover 2.
Eric Page looking for a return. And the ball will drop inside the 10 and be down there by the 49ers. So it'll be a tougher situation for Mike Glennon with a lot of the field to go. Well, coming up later today, it's America's Game of the Week on Fox. Showdown in Big D as the 6-6-1 Green Bay Packers, chasing the Lions and Bears, travel to Dallas to take on the 7-6 Cowboys, who are still in the hunt for the NFC East title. So most of you will see the Packers and Cowboys. Some other regional action coming up next. America's Game of the Week on Fox. Starting off from the 8. Not been able to run the ball or get many yards passing. Here is Glennon off balance, but he completes the pass, and it's held onto by Jackson. And a good gain and a first down. Eric Reed, the rookie from LSU, who has started every game in place of Deshaun Golson.
Vincent Jackson working this in and out move here. This is a really clever route. Mike Glennon doing a good job getting out of the pocket there. Was forced out because Aldon Smith just went right underneath Donald Penn. But again, the functional mobility of Mike Glennon allowed that pass to get released.
16 yards and a first down to the 24. Glennon gets rushed and completes it to Tim Wright. Wright has the longest completion of the day. The reception of 26 yards in the first half, and Aldon Smith very nearly got to Mike Glennon here.
Aldon Smith right here working against Donald Penn. Just up and under. Actually, nobody there. It's the back, Bobby Rainey, and that slide protection. Donald Penn goes down. Bobby Rainey's. It's a bad mismatch if you're the Buccaneers. Got that edge rusher on a little running back.
Fortunate maybe they got those 7 yards. Aldon Smith's numbers today against Donald Penn. Second down and 3. Glennon, and the pass, holding on to it for the catch is Tyquan Underwood. And he was hit by Tremaine Brock, but he held on. Good concentration there.
Yeah, Tyquan does a great job going up, getting this ball. Contested completion. See the Bucs now in their hurry-up offense. This is what they were successful for right before the half. I said they needed to do this. They're back into it now.
And Glennon with another completion. This one to Tim Wright. And close to the first down, within 2 yards.
Such a better rhythm to this offense right now with this hurry-up feel. Showed nothing early in this half. The conventional offense, and Mike Sullivan realizing that, getting this hurry-up offense able to play.
Second down and 2, and here is Rainey trying to break something, and the second effort may be enough for the first down. We'll see where they spot the ball. Corey Lemonnier making the play for the 49ers, and it's all about where they spot it. Doesn't matter, it's a first down, says Scott Green. Good play by Rainey there.
Yeah, really good play, bouncing off a tackle and his own offensive guard, Davin Joseph there, tumbling for a first down.
First down,
chains moving.
Yep, on the 47. They started on the 8, Rondé. And you're right, the hurry up has given this team some impetus. Glennon caught by Jackson, and he steps out of bounds. It'll be another first down into 49er territory to the 41.
Doesn't
matter. 11.
Doesn't matter who he's working on. They're playing off. They respect his deep play ability. See him push him off, settle down. Throw was on time. Good combination there. Mike Glennon to Vincent Jackson.
Terrell Brown fell down, but Jackson would have had it anyway. There's the play selection. 14 more passes than rushes for the Bucs. Here's Glennon, and falling down was the receiver. The pass thrown behind Vincent Jackson. So it was 2nd down and 10 with under a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter.
So much more rhythm in this offense right now. It's just they look comfortable playing like this, and it actually looks like it has the 49ers on their heels a little bit.
2nd and 10 at the 41. Glennon is 5 for 6 on this drive. And he looks like he's in rhythm, and the pass caught by Jackson. He'll be a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. So it'll be 3rd and short coming up.
I don't think there's any secret who he's most comfortable throwing the football to right now. Vincent Jackson's been targeted 3 times on this drive already.
Has 5 catches in the game, including an 11-yard touchdown grab late in the 2nd quarter. Ninth play of this drive.
Vincent Jackson's lined up top here.
3rd down and 2. Glennon's pass caught by Owusu. He'll have the 1st down and will be wrestled down. And that should be the end of the 3rd quarter. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers down 20-7, moving the ball. That's the end of the 3rd. 49ers 20, the Bucs 7. Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox 8-yard line. So a 92-yard scoring drive, earlier an 80-yard scoring drive for the Buccaneers, hanging in there against the 49ers, who are trying to win their 10th game of the year and stay ahead of that field for a wild card berth. Here's LaMichael James. And the 49ers will take it at the 20.
Tim Wright lined up over here. Not really sure what the 49ers are doing here on defense. There's no hole safety back here. But you see Carlos Rogers and Dante Whitner trying to pass it off to each other. Little miscommunication, and Tim Wright is wide open in the end zone.
Glennon was 8 for 9 on the drive. 3 of the passes to Vincent Jackson. And now Colin Kaepernick starts from the 20.
Bucs showing pressure over there.
Pitches to Gore. Changes direction. Breaks off a couple of tackles and gets out to the 25 for a pickup of 5. And slowly getting up is Gerald McCoy, still not up, with his helmet out.
Gerald was one of those guys that came in on the initial contact there.
So key man injured for the Bucs. Gerald McCoy will take a break right here. Henry, it'll be 2nd and 5 at the 25 for the 49ers. Frank Gore. And Gore has a 1st down as he crosses the 30.
Back to this injury. Gerald's coming back into the game, but you see him right there. There's a little game by him and Adrian Claiborne here. Adrian Claiborne goes underneath and just watches his right knee or left knee hits the helmet of Gerald McCoy. Obviously not significant. He's back in the game.
6-yard gain by Gore. He needs 5 more yards for 1,000 on the season. It'll be a 1st down for the 49ers on their 31. Play action. Kaepernick stepping up and going deep. Incomplete. And it was Michael Crabtree who had beaten the defender's flag is down, however. Back around the line of scrimmage.
Offside. Defense, number 92. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So William Golston offside and a 5-yard penalty. Flag is down at the 35. There are 2 flags down at the 35 of the Bucs.
Sure. Why you would do that, Michael Crabtree. Obviously, the ball's overthrown. hurls it into the stands. It's going to be a delay of game penalty. And
that's okay if you're in a punt, pass, or kick contest, but he's a little beyond that.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 15, penalty will be enforced. I'm sorry, this way. It will still be first down because of the other penalty.
49ers will get that first down because of the defensive offside, but then they'll mark it off against San Francisco here and set the ball back. But have you seen that much happen in your career like that?
That's pretty frustrating. Yeah, you got to be really frustrated to throw a ball in the stand just because of an overthrown pass.
It'll be 1st and 20 now. Back on the 21.
Really just unnecessary. Bucs really getting back into this football game. It's less than a touchdown difference. You put 15 yards on your offense. That's just not very smart.
That's not team-worthy, is it? 1st and 20, and the pitch to Kendall Hunter is in the game, and Hunter gets a couple. Bringing up 2nd down. The offensive leaders for the 49ers in this game, Kaepernick has not thrown an interception, and no turnovers by San Francisco. Gore, as we said, 5 yards away from another 1,000-yard season, and Vernon Davis, 4 catches, 77 yards, and a 52-yard TD catch.
Those 5 yards will give him his 7th 1,000-yard season in his 9-year career, too, Dick.
On the sidelines right now with LaMichael James in there. Crabtree in motion to the right on 2nd and 18. Up the middle, and the pass caught by Bruce Miller, but stopped immediately at the 29 by Levante David. 3rd and 12.
Levante David's only 220 pounds, 6'1". He's a little undersized by everybody's standards. But you notice him just hit fullback for the 49ers, and he did not take an inch forward. Such a good tackle. He plays with such good leverage. Just a dynamic, great football player for these Buccaneers.
3rd and 12. Kaepernick in trouble. Completes the pass to Michael Crabtree, who gets the first down. Talk about magic there for Kaepernick and Crabtree. 14 yards as Bowers and Goldston both putting pressure on Kaepernick, who evades the rush and completes the pass for a first down for San Francisco.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick, pressure from the right from Keith Tandy. Goldston also in there, but look at him extend this play. Not many guys can make a sidearm throw 15 yards down the field to complete that ball. That was a great throw by Colin Kaepernick.
First down, and here is Frank Gore. And Frank Gore has the 5 yards. And now, as you mentioned, has his 7th 1,000-yard season. And when you consider no other 49er rusher has had more than 3, he's the 20th running back in NFL history and is on the 1,000 mark exactly now.
A lot of good runners in this franchise's history. This guy is a consummate. He's always there.
2nd and 5 from the 48. Kendall Hunter trying to turn the corner, cuts upfield, gets the first down. Tremendous running game, but some amazing work by Kaepernick. Under pressure, completing passes for first downs. They get to the 45 and a gain of 7, moving the sticks once again. And Frank Gore, who took a play off, is back in there now with exactly 69 yards on the day and 1,000 on the season.
And with Colin Kaepernick, Frank Gore, those two aspects of this offense, man, give them a chance in any football game. I don't care what the numbers say. They can win with those two guys.
First down at the 45. Kaepernick has the pass deflected. Looked like Golston had a hand on it, and a 49er player slow getting up, and he's up now, and that is second down and 10.
Talk about time possession, Dick. Talking about this Bucs defense being on the field for a long time. Almost 31 minutes they've been on the field to 19 for their offense.
Second down and 10 at the 45. Give to Gore. Gore! And a first down. It's Tandy who brings him down, but Gore with the magic gets 12, and Kurt Menefee with a game break. Kurt.
Well, maybe the upset of the day continues. Minnesota against Philadelphia. Matt Asiata only playing because both Toby Gerhard and Adrian Peterson are injured. And Minnesota leads at 34-22 over the Eagles, who have won 5 straight coming into this one. Dick and Rondé.
How do you figure losing your top 2 running backs, and the Eagles in danger of going to 8-6?
Matt Castle had a great first half in that game.
First down at the 33. Gore. And 1 yard for Frank Gore there. So Tampa Bay getting that impressive 92-yard touchdown drive, and the 49ers come back immediately to threaten again. And Gore, shaken up, is going to limp off the field.
Favoring that left ankle there. I don't think anybody in San Francisco Nation wants to see that. However, Kendall Hunter and LaMichael James have been getting a steady dose today.
11th play of the drive, more than 6 minutes. Second down and 9. Kaepernick passes underneath to Crabtree, is tackled immediately at the 30, gets away. They say down by contact at the 31. So he gets 3 yards, and Levante David making the play. How did Frank Gore get hurt? We saw him limp off.
You know, I think that he stepped on somebody else's ankle here, and you know, this happens quite frequently. You see him step, and he'll get a little twist. Ooh. And then tackler falls on top of him. That one looked kind of violent, actually, Dick.
And Ronnie, then Crabtree came out and looked like he was holding on to his left hand. Third down and 6. Kaepernick gets away, still getting away, and gets a first down. Houdini, wearing number 7 today, playing quarterback for the 49ers. Bowers and Landry both missed tackles, and Colin Kaepernick ends up with a 10-yard gain and a first down.
I don't know if I've ever seen a more elusive quarterback. Maybe Michael Vick back in the day wearing that same number 7. It's just running through tackles. Golston almost gets him. Just impressive. Just long, stepping through. When they needed a crucial first down, he didn't do it with his arm, he did it with his feet. He's been doing that all day today.
191 yards passing, 42 yards rushing. And a lot of those pass completions under incredible duress. And the 49ers will call a timeout. It's their first. Driving, trying to extend their lead over the Buccaneers with 7 oaking on the back of his left knee. And then Crabtree had a problem with his left wrist. Both right now are on the sidelines. It'll be a first down at the 19 for the 49ers. Kendall Hunter is in at running back. This is play action in the pass to Bruce Miller. Breaks a tackle, gets another first down before he loses it out of bounds. But it is a first down for the 49ers. And now
Tackled by number 37.
Miller look to be shaken up some. And he'll come out.
Gain of 10.
Keith Tandy laid a shot at him at the end of this play, but Colin Kaepernick out of the pistol finds his fullback in the flat. Watch Keith Tandy lay his helmet right on the ball.
So it'll be first and goal at the 9. Frank Gore back in the game. And a timeout called by the 49ers, so they use their second timeout here.
This is their second charge timeout.
Don't want to take any chances, want to make this drive count and get a key touchdown if they can. Greg Kinnear is coming to Fox in a new show called Rake. If Dr. House was a lawyer, it would be this guy, and you know he'll be getting into all kinds of trouble, so don't miss Rake, premiering Thursday, January 23rd, right here on Fox. Very impressive the way Jim Harbaugh's team come back from scores that narrow the game, and that's what the Niners have been able to do, and leading by 6 with 6:34 to go. This is a big series with 1st and goal at the 9.
Enormous series here, and the Bucs defense, if you're looking at them, they need a stop here. A touchdown at this juncture in the game makes this game almost out of reach.
14th play of the drive, and here is Bolden on the inside handoff, but he goes nowhere thanks to William Goldston, the rookie from Michigan State. And no gain on the play, so the timeout and some trickery thought of by the 49ers. Greg Roman, their offensive coordinator, and it'll be 2nd and goal, the ball at the 9.
Bolden right here lined up in the backfield. See Michael James in motion. It's really kind of a read trap. Window dressing by the running back.
2nd and goal. So Gore is the tailback, and he gets the call here straight ahead down to about the 4. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Brought down by William Goldston.
Does such a good job getting behind his blockers, letting them do the work, driving through that Bucs defense and falling for about 4 yards.
4 yards a carry, and that's what he's all about. Frank Gore, who, by the way, was recruited by Greg Schiano when Schiano was an assistant at the University of Miami. 3rd down and goal. Here's Kaepernick, and his pass caught by Davis, but ridden out of bounds by Dakota Watson. Big tackle there, bringing up 4th and goal at about the 3.
That's a big-time stop there by Dakota Watson. This play is designed to get in a flat, and you think Vernon Davis just runs away from Dakota, but Dakota is one of those guys, all the athleticism in the world. He's right with them in his back pocket, makes the tackle, forces this field goal attempt by Phil Dawson.
So Dawson comes in, and a field goal here would give the 49ers a 9-point lead, making it a 2-score game. This will be a 21-yard attempt. Dawson is 2 for 2. And now the chip shot makes it 3 for 3, and 23 consecutive field goals by Dawson. And the 49ers lead the Bucs 23-14 with under 4.5 left in the 4th to 4 games. And the Bucs will run it out. Eric Page, and spins it away. It's a loose ball, and the 49ers get a touchdown. Kendall Hunter off of the muff. So the Bucs try a little trickery, and it backfires. And Kendall Hunter picks up the loose ball that was bobbled.
I'm not sure if that was the
it?
right time to try a fake or try a reverse. If you're the Bucs, you see Dave Wanstack, the special teams coordinator. Execution is there.
That's Russell Shepard.
But Russell Shepard just doesn't hold on to the perfectly handed off ball. And now all of a sudden, if you're a Bucs fan, you're saying, what just happened? It was a 2-possession game. Anyways, now sitting at 16 points. Wow. It's hard to believe that that just happened. This game was closer than it appeared it had been all day. And you just give it away on a muffed handoff on a kickoff.
So Shepard had slipped, could not hold on to the ball, and Hunter was there. The extra point by Dawson. And the 49ers lead it now 30-14. Here is that last play. Doesn't pay to be too fancy. And that could take the Buccaneers out of the game. 49ers celebrating, looking for win number 4 in a row, and a decision by Eric Page. to try a handoff on the kick return when you're down by 2 scores. It was an uphill climb anyway for the Buccaneers, and now could be out of sight. Kick return by Spencer Larson, and he brings it out to the 25.
Yeah, they needed takeaways in this game, not giveaways. I mean, I guess you can applaud the bold decision, a quick strike there, and maybe change the dynamic of this game. But with that fumble, recover for a touchdown, the team had played so hard to get back into this game, into this half, and to give it away on a special teams play is really, really unfortunate.
How about the fourth quarter? 87-0 in total yards. So Mike Glennon has completed 18 of 28, 179 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Starting from the 28. Incomplete. Underwood. Incomplete all the way, and another solid hit. Clean hit by Dante Whitner this time.
Yeah, that's the important thing there, Dick. A really clean hit by Dante Whitner. See Tyquan Underwood up top of your screen here. Just runs a 5-yard in, but Whitner breaks on it, sees it all the way, and just shoulder pad into the torso. Incomplete pass. Nice play.
49ers scored 10 points in 6 seconds. And here's Glennon overthrowing Tim Wright. Time for a game break. Here's Joel Klatt.
Hey, Dick, let's go to Cleveland, where the Bears getting rolling. Jay Cutler finds Earl Bennett for the 4-yard strike, 4th of the season, new career high for Bennett, and the Bears are up 31-24. Back to Tampa, Dick and Rondé.
So the Chicago Bears battling with the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers for the NFC North lead and the possible wild card berth. Pressure on Glennon back inside his 10, and he throws it away, getting out of the pocket in the process.
Yeah, the wind is out of the sails of these Bucs right now. That snap came before Glennon was ready. Just bad special teams play resulted in a touchdown. Fans walking out. Bucs not really executing here in this fourth quarter. Still got 0 yards. Going to go for it on 4th down because they have really no other choice.
Their biggest victory in winning 4 out of 5 was at Detroit, beating the Lions 24-21. Impressive against Buffalo last week. And now a tough one against the 49ers, who have a lot to play for. 4th down and 10. Glennon. And incomplete. Brock said he intercepted it, but the official said he was out of bounds. It'll go as an incomplete pass. In any event, the 49ers will get the ball back as the 49ers give it up on downs.
Yeah, you see Glennon trying to force this ball in here. Obviously incomplete, but again, this was such a competitive game here in the second half. Give a lot of credit to San Francisco for making that drive after that Buccaneers touchdown to give them that 9-point lead. And then a miscue on the Bucs special teams put this game out of reach.
49ers have never trailed in this game, and they have a first down on the 26 of the Buccaneers. 3:44 remaining. And the handoff is to Kendall Hunter, who scored the touchdown on that loose ball on the kickoff. But how about the spectacular play of Colin Kaepernick as a runner and as a passer today?
Yeah, you said it, Dick. As a runner and as a passer, he's been able to dominate this Bucs D, getting out of the pocket, throwing not only first downs on 3rd down, but touchdowns. This bomb to Vernon Davis was a backbreaker for that defense. And this throw right here, when they were backed up on that all-important drive after that score, was probably the most impressive of the day. He's done just about everything. You know, a lot of people want to criticize Colin Kaepernick right now, but his head coach believes in him, knows that his style of play is good enough for them to make a run, and with the victory today, it's hard to disagree with him.
Win by any means necessary. And running up the middle is Kendall Hunter, and that's what the 49ers can do, and it's going to, I think, serve them well when they get into postseason. And, of course, they still have to earn games to get into postseason. Timeout. We'll be back. Niners showing that letdown was not in their vocabulary coming into this game. as they took hold early, withstood some rallies by the Buccaneers as Hunter gets about a yard and able to come east and avoid a shocking loss. It'll be 4th down, and when we started the game, we presented a couple of burning questions that would loom large for both of these teams, Rondé.
Yeah, well, the Tampa Bay defense, we said they had to get turnovers. And of course, that didn't happen. Levante David had one that was nullified by Gerald McCoy offsides. But really, we're asking if the 49ers packed their defense, and they did today. 199 total yards for this Bucs offense, none in the 4th quarter. I would say that they did pack it for this East Coast trip, and looks like Jim Harbaugh is going to go 10-1 on the East Coast and have this 49er team rolling as they finish the season here with games against Atlanta at Candlestick, the last game there, and then they got an all-important division game against Arizona to wrap up the season.
And in talking to Colin Kaepernick yesterday, talked about maybe what was the key moment of the year, and he said it was the Thursday night game in St. Louis, which he felt it was a game they had to win, and that was the start of a 5-game winning streak earlier in the year before they dropped 2. Now they will have won 4 straight. 4th down and 1 with under 3 minutes to go. Buccaneers are out of timeouts. And the whistle and a timeout. So the 49ers use their 3rd and final timeout, not really needing it with a 30-14 lead, and a field goal attempt coming up for Dawson, who has kicked 3 today. Dawson with field goals of 47, 43, and officially 22, and trying to extend his franchise record consecutive streak to 24. 35-yard try.
25 yards. An automatic, expecting to be automatic again here. Such an asset for this team.
And the kick is good, and the 49ers now lead it 33-14 with 2:49 remaining in the game, to the pleasure of Jim Harbaugh, their head coach, with a smile on his face. But you mentioned the 49ers defense, big factor today. They packed it for sure.
Oh yeah, they did. Alden Smith, you see him bringing down Bobby Rainey. Been stuffing that running game all day. Him and Justin Smith just harassed Mike Glennon all day long. You see this tough tackling secondary, those linebackers. Bowman, Alden Smith come back from his suspension or his self-imposed leave to be a force on as an outside linebacker for these 49ers. You see him there talking to Ahmad Brooks, who plays on the other side of him. This team, I'm telling you, their defense plays the way it played today, plays the way it played last week in Seattle. I don't see any reason why they can't make another run into the playoffs and possibly get themselves another shot at a Super Bowl title. Patrick Willis there, the leader of this defense, heart and soul of it.
Sky Dawson, and they're going to kick it to the short man, Eric Loring, the fullback. And he is decked at the 20. Let's see what's coming up next on America's Game of the Week as we check in with Joel Klatt. Joel.
That's right, Dick. We're going to take you to Dallas, where the Packers are getting all set. The site of their Super Bowl win just a couple of years ago. They're getting set to face Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys. Philadelphia looks like they'll lose today, so the Cowboys controlling their own destiny in the NFC East. Back to you, Dick Stockton, Rondé Barber, and Chris Budden.
All right, Joel, thank you very much. Starting from the 20-yard line is Glennon, looking for a receiver, and incomplete, intended for Owusu. You mentioned, Rondé, the 49ers remaining schedule, and they will play the Atlanta Falcons at home. Falcons are leading the Redskins in the final minute, 27-20 right now, and then they go to Arizona. Now, again, the playoff situation with the 49ers winning today, if Arizona loses and a loss by either the Cowboys, who are coming up to play the Packers, or the Eagles, who are losing right now, they will clinch a playoff berth, as Glennon backtracks and goes down at the 5, chased by Patrick Willis, and will lose 15 yards in the process.
Just right up the middle here. Patrick Willis running over Brian Leonard. He's trying to hold him, trying to do anything to keep him off his quarterback. But Glennon has no choice to take a sack there. This offense has been worse than bad in this fourth quarter. Now negative yards. They had a chance. This game was close, and it's no longer the case.
But the defense has been solid except for 2 drives today. Glennon, fortunately for him, got out of the end zone, and Aldon Smith with his second sack of the day, and the clock showing 2:02 left. It'll be 4th down and a million, and they run the clock down to 2 minutes. Big day for so many 49ers, but perhaps Frank Gore, who went over the 1,000-yard mark for the 7th time in his career. One of many heroes for the 49ers, who will go to 10-4. And at New Orleans, and they'll drop to 4-10 on the year. Remember, they were 0-8. Glennon in the end zone, and this pass is tipped up in the air, and it is intercepted by Eric Reed. And Eric Reed, the #1 pick from LSU, with his 4th interception of the year. And the takeaways today, the white shirts got a pair of them.
Eric Reed, we haven't talked a lot about him today, even though he's having one of the most impressive rookie campaigns of anybody in the year. You see the tip by Tim Wright. He tips it right to himself. Get down, game's over. But yeah, his 4th interception on the season. He'll be in that conversation, I think, for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
So a fizzling finish for the Buccaneers, who have really come a long way from their 0-8 start. And Greg Schiano, a scalded hot seat for him. The problems with the quarterback, Josh Freeman, who's now with Minnesota, but unwavering belief by that man for his approach. He had won 4 out of 5 after losing the first 8 games, but today a tremendous setback, a lot of mistakes, and Greg Schiano's team dropping to 4-10 on the year. And in the final home game, and your thoughts about a team that you played for 16 years, now a year removed.
Yeah, who knows what the tenure of this coach will be going forward. I do know that his players have been very outwardly supportive of him. You know, you talk about starting at 0-8, and there's 2 things that can happen as a football team. You can divide yourselves, guys start talking amongst each other, or you can rally around each other, and that's what's happened in Tampa. They've circled the wagons, won 4 now out of 6, and played pretty well for their head coach.
No question about it, but for Jim Harbaugh, big victory for him, and most wins in the first 3 seasons. Former 49er head coach George Seifert, Chuck Knox with 34, Barry Switzer with the Cowboys with 34, and today Jim Harbaugh wins his 34th, and he has 2 more shots, and congratulates his team on the sideline. So they withstood the talk of a possible letdown after they win against Seattle, come in and win their 4th in a row, go to 10-4. Their only losses this year, a couple of back-to-back defeats in weeks 2 and 3, and 10-11. And capping a win here on the road. And now we'll be watching to see what Arizona does against Tennessee, because Minnesota leads 41-30 and with 4:25 to go. If the Eagles lose that game, and if the Cardinals lose, the 49ers today get into the postseason playoff battle.
Well, they did what they had to do. A tough task after playing Seattle tight, come coast to coast and get a win here in Tampa.
So the final score, the 49ers 33, the Bucs 14, coming up next.